welcome back to Endangered Species Spotlight. This week we are talking about the psychedelic rock gecko. This absolutely stunning lizard is the psychedelic rock gecko, one of the rarest reptiles in the world. And they are endemic to the island of Hon Quai in Vietnam. Now, there are only about 500 mature individuals in the world that we know of, but despite the incredibly small population, they are still only classified as endangered. They are day geckos, meaning they can mostly be found out and about during the day, and they prefer to kind of hang out and bask on rocks, not really giving a whole lot of concern to camouflage, obviously. As you may guess, they get the name psychedelic rock geckos from the fact that they have this absolutely crazy color scheme and spend most of their time out hanging out on rocks. Now, there are multiple threats facing these guys, including things like habitat loss, with a lot of their native ecosystem being destroyed to make way for more tourist attractions on the island, as well as development and agriculture. They're also at risk from pretty heavy predation by the invasive long-tailed macaque, which has been introduced to the island and is causing a lot of problems with the native wildlife. And they're also pretty popular in the exotic pet trade, despite the fact that it is heavily illegal to capture any of these from the wild. They are still poached and put through in the exotic pet trade. Now, there are a couple different captive breeding programs going, and they are reportedly rather easy to keep in captivity. However, that being said, the only captive breeding that is viable right now are through established organizations that are working to repopulate them to put back out in the wild. There are no captive breeding programs currently for the pet trade for these guys. So, any psychedelic rock geckos that are currently found in the pet trade were almost 100% definitely caught in the wild, which is very illegal. Thus, any psychedelic rock geckos that are currently available in the pet trade were not obtained ethically and are further putting this species at risk, so absolutely do not engage with anybody selling these geckos, and if possible, alert authorities in the area that would be responsible for that. It depends on where you're from, but there are usually authorities that you can report people to for having illegal exotic pets.